Hello and welcome to the tutorial on the customer section of the main menu. In this area, you can add new customers, contacts, and create mailing lists. If you're connected to QuickBooks Online, your customer database will import. If not, there are a few other ways to import your contacts, and we'll go over how to create the accounts. These steps can be done in multiple ways, so don't forget you can always go back to enter or associate a contact and an account depending on what comes first. Head to Contacts and click the Import link. Follow the instructions on this page to upload a CSV file. You'll want to start by uploading as many contacts as you have first, then create accounts with those contacts. Treat accounts as the entities you'll do work for, and the contacts are a mix of people associated with your accounts and people you work with, such as architects, suppliers, other trades, etc. Be sure to note that when you're adding in a new contact, you'll want to associate them with an existing account at the top. The company field is to record their company, but it will not link them to an account. If, for example, you work with an architect that you only know through one general contractor, you're not billing the architect for anything, but you want to keep them related to an account, you have the option to associate that architect to the account. You can also add the contact to the account a couple other ways that I'll mention as we continue. If you plan to utilize the mailing list feature, be sure to check or uncheck the marketing box to include this contact on that list. We'll cover the marketing section at the end. Once you have your contacts uploaded, click on Accounts to get started. Accounts will appear by alphabetical order, and you can jump to each one by name. If you're not importing from QuickBooks, click Add a New Account. Fill out the information and add any existing contacts to the account. You can create any new fields you'd like through the Support menu and Custom Data. Once the account is created, it will turn into an account detail page. This will show you all the jobs created under this account and in any status. For example, when a lead is moved to closed, lost to competitor, this is where it will be stored. If you're entering a new job, you can do that right from here and the account information will fill in. If you have accounts with multiple offices, such as a property management company, you can keep the accounts together by treating additional offices as secondary accounts. When you're ready to create the secondary account, create a new lead, and you have the option to create a new account or add to an existing one. Click Existing Account and start typing in the primary you'd like to use. Then check the box for Make a New Subsidiary. Update the billing information for the secondary account and add any more contacts. Fill in the lead information and hit Save New Lead. Now when you go back to the Accounts page and look up either the primary or the secondary, you'll be able to see the jobs listed under Job History. From the Account Detail page, we'll click on the account name. This is the backend area to make any further changes. You have the option to add any documents to the account. These can include COIs, Master Service Agreements, billing worksheets, lien waiver forms, or anything else you might want to use in the future. If you don't want to send marketing information to this account's contacts, be sure to check the Exclude box to leave them out of your mailing list. We'll touch on the mailing list option later. Add any further notes about the account that your team needs to see. Hit Save Changes and go back to the Account Detail page. Now you'll see there is a list of documents stored in this account on the right side. You'll want to associate additional contacts with the accounts through the Account Detail page. Type in the name and they should appear, then Add to Account. The envelope alerts you that the contact has an email address available. Clicking that now will pull up an email from your company mail server. You might remember the envelope from our email templates tutorial. Let's go over that contact card through a Job Details page. Here you'll see Contacts. This is where you'll want to list all the important contacts for your job associated with an account or not. Click on the person's name to get a contact card with all of their information and the ability to send a text message. Sending them a text message is a great way to communicate quickly. Be sure to include who the text is from, as the number will be your Workglue account phone number. This customer might not recognize this number. If they reply, that text message will appear on your dashboard. It might be helpful to include your reply information in the initial text to eliminate any confusion. Remember, you can click on the account name to head straight back to the Account Details page to view their job history or do any work related to that account. Lastly, we'll touch on the mailing list feature. This feature helps you export your contacts into a CSV file to then upload to mailing services such as MailChimp. The information will pull all of the accounts that do not have the No Marketing box checked on their account setup page that we discussed earlier. Create a new group and include the regions you'd like to include. Hit Submit, and Workglue will pull that information to a downloadable CSV file. Use that for the programs you'd like to send out mailing lists to. This covers the customer menu. Let us know if you have any questions through the support icon on the upper right side, or send us an email at support@workglue.com. We'll see you next time.